All right, what's up, bandits? Welcome to my channel. Into this video today we're going to be troubleshooting this grill right here. We've got a starting unit that just won't start. Come out here, you've got your food all ready to go, you click the button. It's electronic start or electric start, which is a really nice feature, but it doesn't work no matter what you do. So how do you solve this problem? We're going to be doing that in this video, so let's get started. By the way, do you like my new microphone? I've also got a sweet new shirt and a new hat. All right, so what we're gonna need here is a drill, and I've got this like soft attachment here. I'll explain that a little later. We also have a pair of pliers. You can use any type of wrench, really. I'll explain that as well. We've got some terminal grease, and we've got the new replacement unit. We're gonna be swapping this baby out. It's about zero fun having to use this thing to start it, which, by the way, we just lift up the grate, put the fire in first, and then turn the knob. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this off first. We always like to, whenever we're doing work on the grill, make sure the propane tank is off, and we'll go ahead and drain that. It releases the remaining propane. There we go. Should be clear and good to go to get started. So let's take a look at the starting unit here. This is electric start, and there's just no action happening. So what we're going to do, give you a little tour real quick. You can't access this from this side, and it's pretty hard to access from this side as well. So we're going to be kind of coming up under here in just a second, but let me just troubleshoot with you real quick this part. Okay, so we got a new battery in there. First thing you want to make sure is that obviously the battery is indeed new. If mine's happened to be sitting for quite some time without being used, and we're going to take a look at the new unit too to see if there's any like missing parts, if anything came out. But the first order of business is just to clean the terminals in here and then switch out the battery. If you haven't tried that already, go ahead and do that right now and see if it works. That's the simplest fix. All right, it's break time. Welcome to my channel. Click that subscribe button, like this video if it's helping you out, and share this with somebody that you know. Don't forget to leave a comment down below and check the links in the description. So we're going to take this little drill bit here. It's got a soft tip, and just make sure there's no corroded battery. Sometimes when the battery's old, it corrodes, right? And you'll see stuff in there. This is a soft tip. It will poke all the way through, so be careful. But the idea is you get a bunch of stuff out of there. Can you see that? Because we don't want any corrosion preventing contact. We'll also come over here and do the same thing. When you click that, you should hear it, even though the propane's off. You should hear it clicking, like, you know what it sounds like. All right, so that's not working. So we're going to proceed with replacing the entire unit. To do so, we're going to we need to take this thing off, and like I said earlier, it's really hard to access, so we're going to come underneath it here in a second. But let's get this thing off first. And you can use any pliers, or if you've got like, you know, a pipe wrench or something, that would be good. Because there's a little plastic nut right there. See that? That threads on, and that basically locks the unit into place. So we're going to put that down. And then we'll push the other hand here. We'll push this through all the way, and then check this out. It won't drop down. We have to turn the box like this, and then it should poke right through. Now pay attention to how this orientates, because when we put it back together again, this is what we're going to do. We're going to reverse it, right? We're going to put it just like this and kind of slide it up and then twist it. But we'll get there in a second. So let's take this off. This metal box just, I think, helps keep, I'm no pro, I don't know what this is for, but I'm sure it's just to protect the terminals and the unit itself. And you can see the top, if you get mixed up, it's probably pretty dirty up here. that tells you it's the top. It wasn't sitting like this. This is the bottom, right? Look how clean that is. So anyway, just put that aside. And next we're gonna take the unit here. There's two terminals, and basically this is the electric. This creates the spark, right? And the spark travels to right there to ignite this propane burner here. And then the other one will go through here and handles those burners in here, in case you were wondering. So let's see if I can one hand this. Yep. And I don't think it matters which side is which. You don't want to lose those, so make sure they don't, you gotta pull them down a little bit. Just keep them right there. This is the old unit. We'll go ahead and replace this with the new unit. I'm going to put links in the description below for this one, some other options that got great reviews. If you are in the market, always check the fit though. Look up the model number. You can find the model number of your grill probably in the back. There's a sticker back there somewhere, and you want to Google that. Make sure you have the right replacement part. And you can also look on the replacement on the part here to see if there's any identifying information or number. All right, we've got the new one in the mail here, and I always think it's a good idea to compare the new one visually with the old one to make sure more or less you're dealing with the same part. Now you shouldn't be able to get those mixed up too much, but this is the used one, and this is the new one. Okay, and you can see we've got this metal, if you can see in there very well, there's like a metal ring, and then the spring is right here for the terminal on the new one. The old one looks like the spring got kind of jammed in there, and then there's no terminal. So something weird happened to this one. I have no idea what, or if maybe that's just the old design on the old model. But in any case, this one's just gotta go. But you can see on the back we've got two terminals just like the old one. So I'm going to put that one aside, okay? And we're going to go ahead and put the battery in. If you're not sure what the orientation is, it should say on the actual lid. Let me zoom in for you. You can see, there we go. There's some good light. You can see the positive points this way. So, oops, positive terminal up, basically. Okay, now before I hook all this thing up, I'm going to come over here and test it to make sure that is indeed the problem. So I am going to tighten this up by hand, not super tight, but just firm. And then we're going to hook up these terminals again. And I don't think it matters which one is which, just as long as there's contact and they click. All right, listen to that. You hear that? That's good, that's what we want. Okay. So I just like to test that out before we get everything hooked back up, right? And then it doesn't work and you got to undo it all. Not super difficult, but yeah. Okay, so we just took this off. Notice the plastic nut is still on here. So we need to take that off before we put anything on. And there's like a smooth side and then a not so smooth side. So it just kind of goes like that. Okay, so make sure those are firm. And I do like with any connective pieces here, I like to add just a little bit of this special grease stuff to the terminals, and that just helps to ensure good contact over time. And I do that pretty much with any terminal metal on metal connection, whether it's a motion light or car battery, and that just helps, I think, things be healthy long term. Okay, so next we've got this metal box that we took off earlier, if you remember that. We're going to orient it just like this, okay? So how this goes is there's a little space for the wires to come out the back, and then there's a space right here for the threads to kind of poke through. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect, but it should be kind of straight like that. And then we're gonna slide it up here. You can't go too far this way because you'll hit components from the actual knob. But we're gonna slide it up like this. And then what I'm gonna do once I'm up, I'm gonna rotate it this way. Okay, so this will be poking through that hole. So kind of wiggle it, and then we'll turn it, and then boom. Push that through like that. So you kind of want it like, I don't know, a half an inch or so sticking through. And then we'll take the plastic nut, the smooth side, and you can brace it with your right hand, the metal box behind, so it doesn't push as you're turning, it doesn't push through, back through. Okay, that seems pretty good. And we'll take our pliers here and hand tighten. Well, not by hand, with pliers, but not crazy tight. And then go ahead and put our battery in the positive terminal facing outward, and make sure our spring is aligned. Put that through. Okay, that is tight now. Hear that? We are back in business, baby. And that is how you do it. Hopefully this video helps you out, and stay sneaky.